A healthy diet is going to make you look better and feel better, and it's going to give you a better immune system. And right now, with this time that we're living in, since 2020, and we've all been dealing with the coronavirus, we know that our immune system needs to be strengthened. This video that we're doing right now is number 2 in a series of 5 on how to stay healthy and maybe even live to 100 years. So I'm glad that you joined us today. My name is Jim Reynolds, and I'm with the organization called Ultimate Mission. And so what Ultimate Mission does is it trains missionaries all over the world to meet the needs of people in their community through health. And so today we're running this video, and we've invited Lynette Holmes to join us. Lynette is a registered nurse. She's lived in Ethiopia, in Africa, for 7 years, wasn't it?
Yes.
And she's taught health, and she's run clinics and been in clinics delivering babies and all kinds of fun stuff. So Lynette, we're going to be talking about nutrition today. So what is nutrition? I mean, what is the basic understanding of nutrition?
Okay, nutrition is the process by which our bodies take food in, and it builds our bodies and builds our immune system, everything that we need to support life. So it's really the way food is life. It's the way that we survive. We have to have food.
We have to have food. We have to have nutrition. We have to have certain kinds of food. So, I mean, I've heard it said that you should eat, when it comes to like fruits and vegetables and stuff, that you should eat different colored. I mean, is that true? And why would that be?
Yes, and I'll tell you, my little granddaughter, she has done a little talk. She's in 3rd grade. She did a talk for her school.
We should have brought her here.
All the kids were getting sick, and she said, my mother tells me I have to eat the rainbow. So really, she's eating foods from all the different colors of the rainbow every day, and that can be a challenge.
Okay.
So that's a lot of different colors, because every color of food has different nutrients.
Okay.
And especially like the yellow ones, carrots, they have beta carotene. And there's different nutrients in each one that help a different part of your body. So don't just eat the same food. You need a variety of food.
Okay, and because, now we've worked in different countries where they eat the same type of food all the time.
Right.
And what does that do to some of these people that just eat that same type of food?
Some of these people will get nutritional diseases, and we're going to talk about that later, but I'll let you know that when I lived in Ethiopia, I saw a boy with orange hair, and everybody else had brown hair. And the problem was he was just eating corn.
That's all he ate was corn?
All he ate, and so he had kwashiorkor. He wasn't getting enough protein in his diet.
So we should get fruits in our diet too. I mean, not just vegetables with the different colors, but
so the fruit, you can do either fruits or vegetables when you get all those colors.
Oh, okay. So what about dried fruits? Are those good too?
Yes, in fact, it's kind of handy if you can dry the fruit, and you can do that outside in the sun, and then you can have more of a variety throughout the year. You're not just having the berries and some of the foods during the season when it's produced, but you can dry it, and then later on you can rehydrate it. Like you could even dry some pumpkin or something like that. The people in Africa use a lot of pumpkin. And you could dry some pieces of that and put it in your stew in a time of year when that isn't growing.
Okay.
And nuts are really important too. They have a lot of vitamins and minerals that other things do not have, other fruits and vegetables. So be sure to include nuts in your diet, and they're also a very healthy fat.
Yes. Now, from what I've heard, if you eat a handful of nuts a day, 5 days a week, it cuts your risk of heart disease in half.
Exactly. That has been proven scientifically, so that's important.
So nuts and seeds and fruits and different type of fruits. And I'm fortunate enough to live in a Western civilization where I have a refrigerator and a freezer. And so I'm able to take my fruits and freeze them, like strawberries and raspberries and blueberries, so I can even have them out of season.
That's right. And so that's a very handy way to get your vitamins and minerals at the time of year, maybe when you've just planted your garden or your fields and you don't have very much to eat. You can still get some healthy food.
Yeah. Well, and you and I just were privileged to eat some dried tomatoes.
Yes.
So we had somebody that took tomatoes, made tomato sauce, and put some garlic and onion in it, and then dehydrated it and made
Right.
thin sheets of tomato, and it was wonderful.
Wasn't that nice?
It was.
Yes, yes.
So there are all kinds of things you can do to preserve fruits and vegetables and to eat them throughout the year. And it's so important. Whole grains are very important. We're supposed to get 3 whole grains a day, as I understand it. And so what are the best whole grains to eat?
Okay, I'll tell you one of them that I really like are oats. And a lot of people say, oh, we just give the oats to the animals, but that isn't true. The animals, they survive very well on it, and so do we. So every morning, almost every morning, I have oats in my cereal for breakfast.
Ah, yes.
And so that's one. Wheat is actually good. A lot of people stay away from wheat. They say, oh, I can't have it because I'm gluten intolerant. But it has been shown that if you are living a healthy life, that some of these things aren't going to bother you as much as they might have when you were eating unhealthy foods and you were having what they call leaky gut, and that is part of the problem with the gluten allergies.
Okay.
But there are some people who are just really, they can't have it at all.
Right,
And
right.
they shouldn't be trying this without a doctor helping them. I mean,
Yeah.
for some people it's a life and death situation. And then rice is another one. Rice, it should be eaten brown. And
Yes.
where do you find brown rice when you go to the supermarket? Sometimes it's pretty hard to find it. And I've been in the supermarkets in Africa, and white rice is everywhere, but not the brown rice. It's very hard to find sometimes. But all the nutrients that are lost when it's made into white rice, it's really sad because those nutrients would promote life.
Yes, and those nutrients do promote life because they're good for your joints. And there's a lot of joint pains in a lot of countries, including the USA. And so joint pain and arthritis and all that stuff, if you eat the brown rice, can help because it's got the complex vitamin B in the brown rice. And that's in the husk, because when they pick the rice, that little nib on the end of the rice is where that vitamin B is. And it's funny, a doctor told me a story one time about a group in India that were feeding brown rice to their chickens because they called it dog rice. They didn't eat the rice, right? We only eat white rice.
Yeah.
That's the good stuff.
Yeah.
So they were feeding brown rice to the chickens. And they ran out of brown rice, so they started feeding the chickens the white rice. And when they did that, the chickens, all of a sudden, they were acting sick. They couldn't walk as well. They were stumbling around. They thought they were going to have to get rid of their chickens. And then they got a load of brown rice in. They started feeding them brown rice, and the chickens came back. And it was like they were back to normal. And it's amazing that nutrients that are in the brown rice. The other problem with the brown rice, as I understand it, is it's got a very high sugar content, a high glycemic content. So when you eat white rice, that's part of the problem with diabetes, which we'll be talking about in another one of these videos.
Yes. So just briefly, what happens is when you eat white rice, the sugars in the rice go way up like this and then back down again. And when you eat brown rice, the curve is much more gentle and it stays with you much longer, and the sugar is released more slowly, so it prevents diabetes.
Yeah, and we need sugar, right? I mean, our brain, that's how our brain works. It burns glucose. And so we need the sugar, but we need it in a slow release. We don't need a big shot of it all at once.
Yes, because sugar is what gives us energy. But I want to talk a little bit about sugar. That is another thing that we make it into white sugar. We take the sugar cane or sugar beets, whatever it is, and we take out all the nutrients and make some white sugar, which is not very good for us. It's better to get it naturally. So when you see people in Africa eating their sugar cane, that's much better than a piece of candy.
Oh, okay. So it's okay to eat sugar cane.
Yeah, I would say so, as long as your teeth can hold up, but probably it makes your teeth stronger.
Oh my goodness, okay. So now let's talk about, okay, we want these fruits, these vegetables and all, and so if we can grow our own fruits and vegetables, I mean, what kind of benefit is there in having our own fruits and vegetables?
Well, there's several benefits, and when I was in Ethiopia, there was another lady and we would go to the villages and we'd give the people seeds. We'd give them beets, cabbage, and carrots. And they would plant them, and then we would go by and look at their little gardens and tell them how well they were doing. And I remember that the ladies were so proud. So there's one thing, there's a real sense of satisfaction in growing your own food. And it's fresh. You can eat it straight from the garden. It has many more vitamins and minerals when it's fresh. And then the other benefit is if you have a bunch of cabbage and your neighbor has carrots, you can trade food with them, and it's just fun. You get to meet your neighbors and you get to know each other by sharing food. And you know, a zucchini in the summertime here in the United States, it's everywhere, and there's always somebody that's willing to give you some zucchini or tomatoes from the garden.
Yeah.
But you must save some seeds so that you can have some way of planting that garden again the next year. And so maybe you'll have to share some seed with somebody else. So it's a good way to interact with other people and to have good nutrition for you and your family.
Yeah. You know, and especially I want to talk to a lot of the people. So what we do as Ultimate Mission is we have women all over the world that we've trained, and and some of you may be watching right now. And so we train, and then we help to stipend so that they can continue working in their villages. And one of the things that you're trying to do as a medical missionary is you're trying to build relationships with people. Having gardens is a great way to build relationships because you're working together, you're sharing things. And for those of us in the Western world, having gardens is great, and sharing with people, because one of the ways that you live longer is to have a community around you. When you have friends and you have a group of people that you meet with, it is proven that you will live longer.
Yes, that's right.
So there's, God made us in a way to have community, to share, to eat these nice natural foods, and he had a good reason for this. He knew what he was doing. So, I praise God that he set us up to eat the way we eat and to live the way we live, where we can have friends.
Yes, and so eating this healthy diet, what are the benefits of it? It is a healthy life. We're free of diseases. And it's not that we will completely be free of diseases, but we are going to have a much better chance of, say, surviving the coronavirus or something like that if we eat a healthy diet. And everything, our body is constantly changing. Our different muscle cells and brain cells, everything is constantly on the move. And so it needs good nutrition all the time.
Yes, yeah. Yes, it does. And so, health is wealth. I mean, you wake up sick and you don't feel like you want to do anything. Being healthy, looking good, feeling good, I mean, there's just nothing that beats that. So if you want to have a healthy life, if you want to have joy in your life, continual joy. It's not very joyous when you're sick.
No,
but it's nice to be healthy. Wake up healthy, hey, that's a good day. So thank you for watching this video. If you would like to see more of our videos, please go and hit the subscribe button below, and we will hopefully see you soon. God bless. Have a great day. We would love for you to be a part of our Ultimate Mission family. Please subscribe to our channel, watch our videos, like and share our videos, donate if you would like. Let's work together to spread the gospel of Jesus Christ to the world.